So you wanted to add some more about your 3As to coaching.
Exactly. This is, 3 A's, which is basically awareness, attitude, and appreciation. We implement these methodologies in at work also, and you can also implement in your personal life, sports, whatever activity you do. So, and it's like three legs of a of a chair, of a stool. If one leg is missing, it can't stand. It's like when you talk about awareness, when we select a team, uh, awareness, it's like, you have the knowledge of the sport you're playing. Uh, Attitude is having a positive attitude is very, very important. So I look at the attitude of players, what kind of attitude they have. I mean, so I go for positive attitude because, as you know, being a positive attitude is like being very optimistic about situations. You are in a situation in a game, and then how you basically, with a positive attitude, you can remain hopeful. Even there is a big target you are chasing, for example. But if you have that positive attitude, you can always be optimistic about the situation. So that's very, very important, which I consider for selecting a team, players. And I go for that positive attitude. If even if a player is not very, very, the awareness is lacking, like the training is lacking, but we can always give training. Those players can be more trained, but the positive attitude is very, very important. So a player with negative attitude, I will not even select, because it doesn't matter if he has that talent, he's a good player, because T20 format is very, very important that you have a team with that positive attitude, because you only have 20 overs. If you don't play as a team, because it's not just individual performance, but as a team is very, very important. And there, that positive attitude is very, very important. Let's talk about, for example, a 50 over format or a test match, where individual performance of a player sometimes matter a lot. But in T20 format, you have only 20 overs, 3 hours total game. So there the team effort is very, very important. So there I consider this being positive attitude. Having positive attitude is very, very important in a player.
So how useful is taking a step back to go forward? Sometimes do you have a very good player and then you say, go to him as a mentor, as a captain, look, go to the second team, go to the B team for a little while and then develop before you come back again. Have you ever done that?
So, and one of the, I don't remember which year was it, but in the one of the league games, I saw one of the player was not what was not very good attitude, and but though he was a good player, but because of only his attitude, he was not getting games, because he was not playing as a team. He was not part of a team. So he started playing. So he wanted to play. So he went to the Division Two team, the B division, where the competition is not very, very high. So that person, I don't know after how many months, he realized that in order to be part of Division A team, he has to really change his attitude. So it was a kind of uh, you know his experience, which he faced. And then, though he was performing very good in the Division B team, because they played for a socializing, not really a competitive cricket. So but he was not very, very happy there. And he realized that he has to change his attitude to be part of the team A, Division A team.
Would that also link into one of the other 3As? So you say it's
Exactly, yeah.
appreciate, it's appreciation.
Exactly, yeah, because that's why I'm saying. So he was not appreciated, in Division A because of his attitude. So that was he was sent to Division B team,
Also, he appreciates the game more himself. He then has a different perspective, and he learns to value
Yeah,
himself.
exactly. It's like, as I said, you have a positive attitude, so you want to learn. You want to contribute. You want to be hopeful for any situation, in any situation. Then if you're not very good at playing batting or bowling, whatever it is, then you train yourself. You get trained, and because we that provide that training, because we have positive attitude, we'll provide you training, will provide you with good kits or whatsoever required, for that person to have that awareness also. Positive attitude, awareness, then appreciation. Definitely you will be appreciated if you know in the team, because you are playing good.
So, okay. So we've covered of the 3 A's. We've spoken about appreciation and attitude. The third A was awareness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As a captain, how do you, or as a leader, how do you deal with that? How do you approach that?
As I said, awareness is basically knowledge. That you are selecting a team member. Obviously, you see that player has that knowledge of playing. A good player is a good player. And as I said, then we see, basically the first thing is we see is that attitude is positive, is a positive attitude player, and along with, of course, awareness. If a guy with positive attitude is lacking a little bit skill, lacking awareness, knowledge, some skills in batting or bowling, then we train that player, because that player has positive attitude. So I would like to spend time on that player, so that his skills improve.
So in your career as a captain, as an international captain, as a club captain, how has the 3 A's helped you the most?
Yeah, I always use this, as I said, as a leader. If a player has a positive attitude, that awareness is there, is a good player, I appreciate. It's like, for example, as I said, appreciation. I can share with you some examples. Like one of the player who really improved his batting skills. I used to send him at lower down the order, but when I saw that his skills are improving, positive attitude, he started going up the order. So that itself is an appreciation, because a player wants to perform, and in some of the matches he was not even getting to play, because other players were there. But so I started sending him up the order.
So your ethos of the 3 A's, awareness, attitude, appreciation, it helps guide you as a captain in team selection, in
Exactly.
adaptation during a match.
Yes.